the figure above, the angle CAD is 35 degrees, angle ACB is 120 degrees, length AC is 25.4 centimeters, and CD is perpendicular to AB. Calculate length DB. So for us to be able to calculate length DB, we first of all have to find our length AD, which we don't know. So how do we calculate our length AD? Is for us to use cos. So cos 35 degrees, we will be able to find our length AD. So with the cos, what we are simply saying is our adjacent over our hypotenuse. Now our adjacent AD, which is what we are finding, we don't know, but we know our hypotenuse to be 24.5. So what we simply have to do is to make our adjacent the subject, which is x. So to do that, we have cos 35, which is simply giving us 0.819. So we multiply 0.819 by our 25.4 centimeters, then equal to x. So now our x, which is our adjacent, will be equal to 0.819 times 25.4, which will give us 20.80 centimeters. So this is our adjacent. Now that's the first part of it. So let me say part 1. So we move on to the part 2. So with the part 2, that's when we are looking at our length DB. Our length DB now, what we have to do is to now look for an angle within our triangle ABD. So this is the triangle, but we are looking for angle B. So how do we get angle B? So to get angle B, we are saying the triangle ACB, right, plus, so our triangle ACB should contain the angle C. So we have angle C plus angle 35 degrees plus angle CBD. So now we don't know our angle B, but we know our angle ACB. So this is how it's going to look like. So our triangle ACB will give us 120 degrees plus 35 degrees plus x, because we don't know. But all of these angles should add up to 180 degrees. Right? So for us to get the x, it simply means that we sum them up. So 120 plus 35 will give us 155 plus x. So this is simple. We subtract 155 from 180. So 180 minus 155 should give us x. So x, therefore x will be equal to 25 degrees plus 35 degrees plus x, because we don't know. But all of these angles should add up to 180 degrees, right? So for us to get the x, it simply means that we sum them up. So 120 plus 35 will give us 155 plus x. So this is simple. We subtract 155 from 180. So 180 minus 155 should give us x. So therefore x will be equal to 25 degrees. So now this is our 25 degrees. Now we have our 25 degrees. So this will be able to help us now find our length dB now. So to find length dB, we are going to use tan 25. So tan 25. So this is the next part of the second part, right? So in the part 2, that means we have the first part, having to find our angle, right? And then the next part is to now find the length. So for us to find the length, we are saying that we should use tan 25. And then for tan 25, we are saying that it should be the opposite, right? That's the opposite. And then what are we finding? Our adjacent is dB. Okay, so now let's look at something here. We were able to find our side, right? AD. So for us to find CD wouldn't be a problem now. Is that not the case? So for us to find CD, we would have to look at the whole triangle ACD and then add all the sides together so that we'll end up finding our CD here, which we don't know now. So how do we do that? So to be able to do that, we are saying that the whole of the length should be added together. So we have this equation where we are saying that the hypotenuse squared should give us the adjacent square plus the opposite square. So this is what I mean. So hypotenuse, which is AC, should be squared, should give us the opposite, which is CD squared plus AD squared. So squared. Now 25.4 squared is giving us 645.16. So square root. So now CD square, we don't know, plus 20.8 square, which is giving us 432.64. So we just subtract 645,162. So this square here should be omitted. So minus 432.64 should give us our CD square. So when we do the subtractions, 0.64, 645.16 minus 432.64. We are getting 212.52, which should give us our CD squared. So now we have CD, so we square both sides. So CD will give us the square root 212.52. So CD now will be equal to the square root of 212, which is 14.57 centimeters. Now we have our CD. So with the 25, tan 25, now CD 14.58 all over length dB. So now tan 25 is giving us 0.466. (14.58) divided by x, because we don't know our length yet. Now 0.466 times x should give us 14.58, but we would have to make x the subject because we don't know our length. So to do that, we are going to get 14.58 divided by our 0.466. Therefore, our x would be equal to 31.28. So now our length CB will be equal to 31.28 centimeters.